Absolutely fantastic. How can I help you?
Oh, good. Yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this one-on-one with me. Just wanted to get more clarity in a lot of things. I know I use that word a lot, but yeah, appreciate it.
No, no worries. How else are you gonna learn?
Well, I am not too, how should I word this? I guess the best way I could say it is I'm not understanding what a hybrid deal is. Like, that's one of my main questions here. Like, what is a hybrid deal? What does that consist of? What makes it a hybrid deal?
Oh, sure. So a hybrid deal. Well, actually, I have to start with a. Okay, so you know what a seller financing deal is, right?
Correct.
Okay, what's a seller financing deal?
Seller finance, where the seller becomes the bank themselves.
Perfect.
And so the loan will be towards them rather than a bank. So we'll make
Exactly.
monthly payments to them.
Perfect.
Okay.
And what is a subject to deal?
Sub two is where the buyer takes over the existing mortgage balance and makes the payments on their behalf
Exactly.
until payment is made in full and they fully take over title and ownership, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Perfect. So a hybrid is just when we mash those two together. So I'll give you an example.
Okay.
So let's say now I'm going to talk about. I'll start with the seller finance. So seller finance properties listed. It's listed for $100,000. You give them an offer where it's $10,000 down, and they're going to seller finance $90,000, right?
Right.
So now let's take that to a subject too. Let's say they're selling their property for $120,000, and their mortgage balance is $100,000. Okay, we're going to give them the same thing. We're going to give them max of 10% down, so about 12,000.
Right.
They're going to walk away. We're going to make those mortgage payments for them. And by we, I mean obviously the buyer.
The buyer. Right.
So what happens when someone has a mortgage of $100,000, but they want to sell their house for $200,000? Well, we can't give them $100,000 as a down payment, then they walk away and we service that payment because we can
Right.
only give them a max of 10%.
Right.
So what we do is we give them the 10% of what they're asking, 200,000.
Okay.
We pay that mortgage balance of 100,000. We pay that monthly payment, same as the subject to. But then the rest of the money, the rest of their equity that they're not getting at closing, that's what we're doing the seller financing payments for.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
let me show you that visual.
Yeah. Break it down a little bit more.
So we're gonna start with a $200,000 purchase price, right? Forget about Deal Sniper, forget about they're asking $200,000.
Okay.
Now, of that 200,000, like I said, they have $100,000 mortgage balance, right?
Yeah.
And let's say their monthly payment is $800. We just make this part up. This part isn't that important.
Okay.
Yeah, 3%, sure. And then, so if their total purchase price is $200,000, what's the max that we can give them as a down payment? If it's
1K.
20K, exactly. So the cash to seller would be $20,000. So
Right.
now, if I take the $200,000 purchase price
Yes.
and I subtract the $100,000 for the
Yes.
mortgage balance, then subtract the $20,000 that we're going to give them as a down payment, then that leaves a seller financed amount of $80,000.
Right.
So let me show you on this side with something that you are familiar with, like seller finance. So this would be the exact same thing. So let's say they were asking
200.
$200,000. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then we would give them 20. So that means they would be financing 180.
180. Right.
We would give them 20. And then we can actually get rid of that right now because that's not important. So same thing, right? We're financing over here $180,000, and that's what we're going to be making this $500 monthly payment on.
Right.
But over here, we still have the same $180,000. It's just broken up between some of it's getting seller financed and some of it's going to the mortgage company.
Right.
So when we get to the, I'm just going to put this in for easy numbers. We'll do, what did I say? We'll do $2,500. That's easy. So when we get to the hybrid side, we'll see that we have to account for the buyer paying the mortgage payment and then
Okay.
the buyer paying the seller finance payment because they're paying $800 a month. That's left on the $100,000 mortgage.
Right.
And then they also are, and in this case, I put 500, but in this case, they're also going to be paying $500 a month to pay off the $80,000 seller finance portion.
Got it.
So when you think of a hybrid, all that means is the seller wants all their equity.
Got it.
So if they have a $100,000 mortgage and the place is worth $200,000, then they have $100,000 worth of equity. If they sold their house traditionally and someone paid them cash, they would walk away with $100,000, not including commissions or closing costs.
Right. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah. We're still giving them the $100,000. We're just giving
Sure.
20 of it up front and then 80 of it over time.
Over time in that 30-year loan and the balloon.
Correct.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay, so the reason why I'm asking this, so I just, and again, this is definitely on my end for sure. The seller of the property that I have under contract, she made note. I forgot to ask her if there was, if the property is free and clear. So she just made note today that there is an existing mortgage of 100K, 108K.
Okay.
So
we have to relook at the deal.
correct.
All right. So what is the total purchase price?
Total purchase price that we had down was 215. This was for seller finance. So it was 215.
Okay.
And then we settled on 700 monthly payment. And then so she made a 7% interest. That was one of the things that she was firm on. So it was 7% interest. She's making 1,100 in PITI on her mortgage payments. And we
What was her interest rate?
7%.
7%.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's for her mortgage, or that's the interest rate she wanted?
That's the interest rate that she wanted.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mhm.
And then what's the interest rate on the mortgage?
That she did not. I have not heard from her. Let's see here.
All right. I'm going to put it at 7 just for now.
Yeah, let's just do that. But I did ask her if there's a negative balance. So there is no negative balance. So it's current.
Okay. And then how much was the down payment?
Down payment I put as 20K.
Okay. So that means that she's going to be financing 87. Yeah. 1,000.
And I did near balloon.
What is the rent?
The rent is 1.6.
Okay. And you said how long was the balloon?
215.
No, the balloon.
Oh, sorry, 10.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, this deal doesn't work anymore.
Okay. That's why I wanted to ask if.
Let me see. And you said giving her how much a month? 700?
Yeah.
So what you've got right here is
Would
again,
it be a hybrid, or because we
oh,
originally
it's definitely a hybrid.
right.
And you can tell because she's asking 215,000, but her mortgage balance is only 107, which means she's looking for $108,000 of equity. She wants that.
Right. So this is an off-market deal, and her
Okay.
asking was 190.
Mm-hmm.
And when I plugged that into the deal sniper, I know you made note of going 25K above asking,
Okay.
and then working it that way. So that's how we got that number 215.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean, unless she was originally asking for like 130, it would be a hybrid.
Okay.
So in this situation, going back to what it looks like for the buyer, your entry percentage is not bad at all. It's your cash on cash return, which is terrible.
Right.
And the reason being is because we're going to be asking the buyer to pay $1,100 a month for the mortgage.
Right.
And then also paying $700 a month to the seller. So monthly, we're looking at $1,800,
Mm-hmm.
which totals $21,600 on a property that'll only bring in 19,000 a year.
Right.
So
What?
it's got a negative cash on cash return.
Right. She did make light that the current property right now needs about 15K of rehab
Mm-hmm.
with an ARV of 240. I don't know if that drives the rental amount up.
No, not necessarily. I mean,
Okay.
maybe another $100 if the property is completely renovated, brand new. But even if I kick this up, even if it got brought in another $400 a month, which I do believe is unlikely, your cash on cash return is zero
Zero. Right.
because
That's what I thought.
the property will just break even.
Yeah. So how do I go about this?
You need what city is it in?
This is in Dallas. So the address is
Oh,
4943.
no, you don't have to give me the address because
Okay.
it's on. This will be uploaded, and this is still a potential deal for you.
Oh,
So
okay.
my attitude is always, if there's a 1% chance to close it, let's close it.
Okay.
Let's try, because
Right.
think about it. What does it cost for you to try? It's going to cost the 10 minutes it's going to take you to fill out the disposition form, and then maybe a text message every now and then in the next 2 weeks to see if we find a buyer.
Right.
So it's not really going to cost you anything. The most important thing is that you set the proper expectation for the seller and the seller,
Right.
and just let them know, like, look, and you can actually show them just this. I mean, just the middle box. But you can show them this box right here and say, look, I deal with buyers that like properties that cash flow. Your property does not cash flow, but I've got a couple of homestead buyers that would actually look to live in this place. I can see if I can sell it to them. Give me 2 weeks and I'll let you know what I can do. No promises.
Okay. So show them the cash on cash return.
Yeah,
For,
just that middle box. You can show them the whole thing.
okay. For an investor, there is no cash flow for them. I can look into getting a homestead buyer. This would be something that be worth their while instead. Give me 2 weeks to secure a buy for you.
Yep.
What
And if it
what
doesn't work in
if
2 weeks, the contract will just cancel.
okay. What if she says, could it be cut in half of that time? Could we do it in half of that time?
I mean, the shorter amount of time that they give us, that's the less time we have to find a buyer.
To find a buyer, right?
But in this situation, I would say you're probably okay because you do have, I mean, I'm never going to sugarcoat it for anyone. You don't have a high probability of getting this deal moved, especially because I could see if the property was just flipped, then
Right.
that might be enticing. But on top of these numbers, it also needs about $15,000 worth of work.
Yeah.
So I would say if they say, hey, I'll give you 7 business days. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
'Cause
If
that
she
basically
came
gives us
down on
11.
the monthly payment, is that something, because she's willing to negotiate. That's the good thing. She's been such a trooper. She's willing to negotiate. What, yeah, see, even if at $100, it's not even
Yeah, I mean, if she did something like
the
she would have
interest rate. Is that
no, that wouldn't be it. It's the monthly payment and how much it'll rent for. They're so close together, it's not leaving a lot of money.
yeah. Okay.
So she would have to take something like no interest, no payments on like a 7-year balloon. That means that she would get the $20,000 at closing, and then she's not getting a dime until we pay her off the $87,000 that we owe her, and it would be a 7-year balloon.
Okay.
That's the only shot you would have at this one.
Could you repeat that one more time? So the only
Oh,
way.
like you writing it down?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. So it would be a $20,000 down payment.
Okay.
And then it would be no interest, no payments for 7 years, and then we would pay her off.
No no payment to pay her off, right?
Correct.
Or to pay off the mortgage.
No, not to pay off the mortgage, just to pay off the $87,000 that we would owe her.
Okay.
So essentially, if she sold the house traditionally, again, not including realtor commissions, closing costs, none of that. If she sold the home traditionally with these numbers, she would walk away with $107,000 at closing. But because we're doing it this way, she's still getting $107,000, but she's getting 20 of it at closing and then the other $87,000 in 7 years.
In 7 years.
Yep.
Okay. That's the only way this will be.
That's the only way we could move this to an investor. We could try it with a homestead buyer the other way, giving her monthly. I would say probably no more than $500 a month, because then that would make the total monthly payment. Yeah, that would make the total monthly payment $1,600, which would be comparable to the rent. So then someone who had the money could say, well, I could rent for $1,600 or I could buy for $1,600.
Right.
So it'd be easier to sell.
It'll essentially be the same thing. Okay, so the option one is 0% interest, 20K down. In 7 years, pay the remaining of the 87.
Yeah, but it's 0% interest, zero payments.
Right, 0 payments. And then the other that was something that would only work for an investor.
Right.
And then the other option would be for a homestead buyer, monthly
Giving
payment
her a
up
max of $500 a month.
$500 a month, as well as the 1,100 included all in there.
Yeah, the 1,100 would be paid to the mortgage on, her behalf. She doesn't have to do that. And then
Right.
they would send her a check for $500 a month.
Okay. And then that would be for a homestead buyer. And then for
Correct.
that, give me about 2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I know I definitely dropped the ball on this one.
No, you didn't. How could you have possibly known that there was a mortgage if she didn't tell you there was
Right.
a mortgage? You beat yourself up too much. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I was asking, in the beginning of the conversations, if there's anything else that I need to know on the property, or that was not mentioned. So
And now you know that the next time you get into that situation, you're going to ask very
that's
bluntly,
going to be the
is there a
first.
mortgage?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So no, you didn't make a mistake. You don't know what you don't know.
Right. Right. Oh, appreciate that. Okay. Well, I think I know how to go ahead and convey this message over to her and see how she responds.
All right. If you need any more help, let me know.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate your time.
Not a problem. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.